Hi, and welcome to my life in sunny Central Texas. It's doggy time again, and it's just as well that I can do this sitting down because it's been a tiring day. Yes, I did work out last night, but I went to the gym today anyway. And I used a seated elliptical. You're less likely to fall if you're sitting down. But I still need exercise. And then the daughter wanted to go to the grocery store. Well, that's okay, I need a few steaks and some things. Oh, excuse me. And she needed stuff for the boys. And by that I don't mean the little blonde chihuahua. I hear a chicken. It's probably in my yard. No, Dyson, don't play with it. Don't play with chickens. Yep. It's going back where it came from. It don't live here, buddy. You can just ignore it. I hope. For a small dog, resisting the lure to bark at chickens has got to be something. So he really is a good boy. Ooh. Oh, yes, I said before, I think on a post, that I am now buying shirts that are merely large. This is one of them. It says Texas on it in big letters, and the X is crossed arrows. It's just Dyson, where are you? It's just a common style. A lot of folks get one here or there. Dyson, you don't belong under the truck, buddy. Come on out. Yes, you. He really is a good boy. I uploaded a short bit of video that was... You don't eat over there either, bud. Dyson. I swear he's like having a 3-year-old around. But, I mentioned to quite a few people that there were deer wandering around out where we'd been at a rural Airbnb. Now, a lot of people live where the odds of seeing deer that aren't in a zoo or an animation. Ooh, animated wildlife. Whoop-de-doo. But real ones. You're not outside, so they come wandering by eating the flowers. Bluebonnets, morning glory, what have you. I'm gonna sit back down now, guy. You can come sit with me? I don't know. But yeah, first the seated elliptical and then the grocery store. I'm tired. Then I got home and cooked. And after I ate that and kind of tidied that away, then it was time to cook again. I've had a small pork loin roast that was waiting to be used. I bought 2, but the first one got sliced into thick pork chops. You're being so good. I'm proud of the little dog. Yes, I am. Thank goodness Tuesday's almost over. But it is a beautiful, beautiful day. The older grandson is getting the point that he has decided he is not conversational. He's still verbal, but he's not interested in human interaction and conversations right after school. Kind of like a lot of working age people, you know? They spend all day confined in a place they don't want to be at, being forced to interact with people they're not interested in. And when they finally get out of there, they're not interested in more interaction. And I get it, I really do. Because that is also a way to describe 12 years in the public education system. You might be lucky and find a best friend or one or two teachers you're actually fond of. Or you might have a bad attitude and wish they would all get themselves lost somewhere, you know? And I should not wish that on anyone. I spent enough years in search and rescue to know that the outcome is generally not good. How you doing, puppy? Does everyone want to see the dog today? Come here, boy. He's a little braver right now than he was last night. We had thunderstorms last night. Here, let's hold this little out there. Show off your pretty face. Yeah, he's had a haircut. The daughter gave him a bath before we got back. Yeah, there's my boy. Gotta get a hug. I like dogs. You went down? You were still sniffing stuff. The breeze is quite sniffable, isn't it? Apparently my shoes and the ankles of my pants are also sniffable. I didn't think I walked anywhere that interesting today. Tomorrow will be more arthritis-worthy martial arts because we're doing drills for what is commonly known as a two-man set. Basically a choreographed broadsword routine that is learned and then demonstrated at events. Meanwhile, I'm wondering, should I get tonfa? My dad would call them monadnocks. What you call them really depends on who trained you. Tonfa are short batons a little bit longer than your forearm with a handle off the side of one end. And when you drive forward with the short end and the tonfa shielding your arm, the bit that extends past your grip on the handle is what you're actually hitting with. I don't need to decide right away if I want them. I'm thinking a lot of Eskrima moves would work with them. But should I find out if someone's got some they're not using anymore? I don't know. I know one person who does, and that's my dad, and I don't want to just flat out ask him for his stuff, though he might give it to me. It's a pair of them, but yeah, he might give them to me. But they'd be pretty old, so I don't know if they would need the handles re-glued or if they're beat up or cracked or anything. I could just get some new ones. But for a pair of sticks that have 2 shorter sticks attached for handles. Maybe I should just make them. I don't know. The sun is bright. Little kids are out being little kids. And that's okay. I have not heard the ice cream truck yet today, but the sun is warm on my back, so I might be hearing it soon. I'm not gonna run out the street waving a dollar bill indicating that the ice cream truck should pull over for me. I haven't been eating ice cream. No ice cream, no donuts, no cakes, no pies. But when I was talking about Brenham, Texas recently, it did occur to me how I would make a float out of my favorite Bluebell flavor. And if I'm thinking how to assemble a dessert, then I am not so far along that I should be playing around with eating ice cream. I mean, there's plenty of ice cream in the world. I'm not eating keto stuff. I'm not eating the sugar-free stuff. I don't need to eat that. I need to get to where I'm not even thinking about it. And then occasionally, oh, there's a treat. Although I will tell you something that you'll see this in Texas a lot. Either at brick and mortar locations or on ice cream and snow cone trucks. And this might do it for a lot of people, and maybe for Dr. O'Mara, is to, you get the heaping pile of shaved ice going into the paper cone or little bowl or whatever you're using, and you put pickle juice over it. Now, it's not actually juice, it's the vinegar brine with the salt. It gives you some acidity and some sodium. And it's not sweet pickle brine either. It's still soured pickle. So, a lot of people consume that. But who actually wants to consider a pickle snow cone when there's all those other good things around? But knowing that they can do that means that if you just want a big cold pickle, they probably have some in a big gallon jar, because that's where the liquid came from. You might think I'm kidding, but it's a thing. But I gotta go in and keep an eye on dinner. I was playing with that pork loin roast earlier, and I cut along one side almost to the bottom, and I let that flop over onto my work surface. And then I bring the knife in parallel to the bottom and just up into the meat, making a thin cut across the bottom of the roast. I just unrolled it as I went, if you can imagine unrolling a roast. But that's what I did. Now into that you put the makings of a jalapeno popper. You cut up the jalapeno and you spread on some cream cheese. You can do a little salt or not, however you want to do it. Then you roll it back up. And if you happen to have an insane amount of uncooked sliced bacon, you can stand around weaving it. It looks pretty interesting. You ready to go inside, doggy? Anyway, I rolled it back up. I put bacon on the outside of it, and I shoved it in the oven. I did preheat the oven. It kind of cuts the cook time down a little bit. But there's no breading, there's no tortilla, there's no sliced bread. It's just a pork roast turned into a pepper popper. What, buddy? What you doing? Yeah, I better take him in. He visited the truck tires. He went under the truck and had to be called out. And then he starts sniffing the other side of the walk and goes around the corner of the house where I can't see him. So he's feeling full of himself after being in a thunder shirt most of the night. I had a sleepless night. One, my ears worked, so I was awake when the thunder started. Or at least I woke up. I might have been dozing before that, but if it shakes the house, it wakes me up. Or if it's loud, it wakes me up. Somebody else got to sleep. But life goes on, and here it is, Tuesday. What time is it? It's almost 6. Yeah, I'll get this made and I'll eat some. It'll be good. Y'all need to eat something good. Think of something that made you happy. Think of something you'd like to have again that maybe someone who's been gone for a long time used to make for you. And find out how to make it. If you don't want to do that much work to make whatever it is, you'll at least know they loved you, and you'll be able to say, she did all this, or he did all this, so that I could have it. Please tell me you're not wanting to chase that chicken. Crazy dog. Where is it? You keep looking over there. Oh, there's a different hen out over there. Okay, off I go to do what I'm doing. Y'all take care. Grandma loves you and wants you to be happy and safe. Bye-bye.